What's up, guys? Today we got another speaker unboxing. We're going to be checking out the PSB Synchrony B600's and the PSB PWMs. Alright, so let's get this thing unboxed. First of all, shout out to the folks at PSB Speakers for sending this out to me for review. So thanks, PSB. This box looks like it's been around the block a few times. Looks like it's been retaped and taped. So I don't think these are fresh. So they should be well broken in. But inside the box, we get the instruction manual and speakers themselves right here. So this looks like it's probably the grill. Yes, this is the grill. And look at that. This most definitely is not the requested black that I wanted. That's okay though. It's wood. It seems like every time I request a speaker nowadays, it's always wood. That's all right though. It's got a nice finish. It's got the PSB styling here where you get the tweeter below the woofer. But this is a 1-inch ferrule fluid aluminum dome tweeter. It's got the wave guide here, which is nice. 6.5-inch woofer. Frequency response for this, I believe it's 55 Hz to 20K. It's got a nice metallic, I think it's aluminum baffle. MDF enclosure, nice wooden veneer, dense. Swinging around to the back, this is a ported speaker. This is bi-wireable. It's got some nice little jumpers here. So if you want to jump it, you can remove those just like so. So you can bi-wire these, bi-amp them if you want. Well, those little plugs come out if you want to use some bananas on those. The cool thing about these speakers is that on the bottom, these include built-in isoacoustics feet. These will decouple the speaker from the stand, so it'll give you hopefully better frequency response, better bass response, tighter imaging, all that good stuff that you get with some isoacoustics feet. I also have a pair of these as well, some Apertas I believe they're called, the Aperta isoacoustic stands that I've been using on the B&W 805s. So that's pretty cool that that actually comes built into the speaker itself. And the grill attaches magnetically, so you get some magnets here on the four corners, and they simply attach like that. So this is nice, unlike the Alpha series, which was like a thin aluminum grill, just like a thin sheet. This is actually like a legit actual grill, which is really nice. I like that. It actually says Synchrony etched on the edge of the grill, on the top of the grill. So it's a nice little touch. But I think most people are going to use these for like a stereo system. But I wanted to check out this system as far as like home theater. So what I did was request what they had recommended would be a good timbre matched speaker for these guys. Which brings us to the PWM series. These are their on-wall speaker series. I've got two of them here, two different ones. I've got the PWM3's and the PWM2's. Obviously, as you can see by the box, the PWM3 is the larger of the bunch. There's actually three of them in this series. There's a PWM1, PWM2, and a PWM3. The ones are the smallest ones, but I've got the middle size and the larger size. Inside the box here, we have a mounting template. What you do, you put this up against your wall, and then you can tap into the little holes here, just so you can line up the screw holes nicely. So that's that. This looks like it's probably the mounting hardware. So what we have here is the mounting bracket. So what you're going to do is screw this to your wall, and then I would assume that the speaker attaches to this. And that's really thin, so it's going to give you a nice low profile mount. Also inside, it looks like we get PSB badge, and then we get some little bumpers here, and also a little bit of documentation. This reminds me a little bit of what you see in my walls here. These are the Martin Logan SLMs. Those are, of course, a lot slimmer than these guys, but same concept. Thin speakers that go on your wall. These are clearly a lot bigger and heavier. Look at that, that's nice. That's real nice. This is the big one. This is the PWM3. You get your same 1-inch aluminum ferrule fluid cooled dome tweeter inside the waveguide. Get two 3-inch mid-rangers, four 4-inch woofers with a frequency response of, I believe this is 60 to 20K. This is pretty robust cabinet. Size-wise, I think it's either 46 or 48 inches tall by 6.5 inches wide by 3.5 inches deep in depth. So it's not gonna hang too far off your wall. Around back here, we've got the little keyhole slots for your screws for mounting. And just like the B600's, these are bi-wireable or bi-ampable as well. And finish-wise, this comes in either white or you get this color here, which is a satin black, which is gonna look really nice in the theater. Fortunately, the B600's are walnut or wood, so it's not gonna really blend in well in my theater when it gets dark, but that's okay. But this is the PWM3, very nice. This feels really nice, solid quality. But let's check out the PWM2's. Almost exactly the same as the PWM3's, although you do get the same 1-inch tweeter, 2 3-inch mid-rangers, and 2 4-inch woofers. Instead of the 4 4-inch woofers on the 3, you only get 2 on this guy. Same connections are on the back, bi-ampable, bi-wireable. Get your mounting slots here, and I think this is a ported speaker as well. I think this is a slot port, so you get the little slot port there on the edges. That's that side, and then there's another one on the other side. Again, it's got the nice finish here. I believe this one is either 36 or 38 inches wide. I'll put the specs up on the screen. 3.5 inches in depth and 6.5 inches wide. Just for size comparison, I'm gonna hold these up to the SLMs, which are right here. And this is Martin Logan's bigger speaker. It's a lot slimmer, but this definitely looks more robust than the Martin Logan's. It's also a lot heavier too. So that's pretty cool. It's gonna take up very minimal floor space. And I think the frequency response for this is 70 Hertz to 20K. And here's the included grill as well. That's what that little sticker is in the box. So if you wanted to attach that little PSB emblem on the front, you could do that here. Maybe on the bottom or on the edges if you wanted to. These attach magnetically as well. There's some magnetic points here, and they just simply attach like that. So if you did want to hang them on your wall and wanted them to disappear, you didn't want to see the drivers, they kind of just vanish once you put that on there. Nice, inconspicuous, concealed look. And these are heavy too. I don't know how heavy these are, but these are way heavier than the Martin Logan's. So what I think if these sound really good, you know, instead of just going with the B600's, if you can go with all PWM3's or all PWM2's, maybe all around like 11 of these or 14 of these in your home theater, slap these guys on the wall, I think would sound pretty amazing. Although I do got to listen to them first to really make that judgment call. So the idea is to use these guys as the surround speaker since I've got 2 of them. Then the PWM3 is going to go behind my screen to use as a center channel. Then I'm going to use the B600's as the left and right speakers. So let's go ahead, get these things set up.